Good.
If we're early, it's good morning. If we're late, it's hey, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How did Jordan take the news about his injury?
Like a champ. He'll be a professional one day, and he can handle his business with the best of them. Great attitude. He's got a great mindset. Love that kid. We're gonna miss him, but for the rest of the year we'll miss him. But he still wants to be. He's coming around. He wants to be in meetings. Wants to mentor the young guys still. He's a fantastic teammate, fantastic captain. So we'll go try to win a couple games for him.
Have you had any preliminary discussions about him about?
Just real preliminary. We'll do it. We'll have a meeting with him later this week. Just kind of figure out gather a bunch of information for him. There's a lot of things we got to talk about, but we'll just leave the rest of that out. But when we have more information, we'll let you guys know what's going on.
And Sam, feel confident in what he can do there?
Yeah, and really with he played pretty well. Going in a substitute role. A couple times, there's a couple mental errors in there. We got to get cleaned up. But for the most part, held his own. Had a couple of really nice blocks, a couple of really nice plays. So, and he's been great all year. So it's, we're lucky to have a guy that's had experience to go step into this role and expect a ton out of him. We got to go win some games.
And who's his backup, most likely?
A couple of ways we can go. Josh Donovan can kick out if we need to. We'll get some reps with Joe Borjan as well. He hasn't got any reps this year, but he's been practicing the spot, so and developing and all that. So,
Johnny, besides maybe the effort and the performance, what was different about the defense that you put out there for this past game? Did you change anything schematically?
No, we kept it simple for our guys to play and play fast, and I thought that was the difference. In the game was they were able to execute. They knew exactly what was coming. So. Credit to our kids and the coaching staff for getting the kids ready to play.
For either one of you or both, obviously Jaden is playing his former team this week. It's going to be an emotional experience for him. What advice do you have for him? How do you coach a player in a situation like that where they need to compartmentalize their emotions?
Yeah, we've talked to Jaden about it's as hard as it may be, treat it like every other game. It's another championship opportunity. We're in the playoffs right now in our mind. To keep playing games, you got to keep winning. So every one of these is, you're in the playoff run right now. I told our guys after it was, it wasn't exciting as that game may have seemed at the end of it, but I flashback. The first picture I sent my guys was the Kobe meme of "Job's not finished. We got more games to go." So. We put ourselves in a position to have a chance to play one more game than was on the schedule, and we got a great opportunity to play a really tough team this weekend. It's a great challenge for us, and I think that's enough. That's enough for our guys to get excited for and to keep our focus.
Johnny, is that how it was with Hunter that you had to tell him that as much as you
what I told the boys. It's just another game. It don't matter who we play. It's about us, how we prepare. That's the main focus is about us. So it's never about the other team.
What was your viewpoint on that last play? Did it look to you like they had a chance to complete it? What did your heart stop as the ball was sailing toward the end zone?
Yeah, but we talked about it before the timeout. Is one of those plays where they try to get you in one area and then sneak a guy on the backside. So our guys were alert for some reason. They didn't see him coming on the backside. But once that ball was in the air, I was like, oh my God, what is going on? But it ended up to be, we won the game.
It all worked out. Yeah,
It all worked out.
I don't know what you guys are worried about.
The hurdle tackle that we spent practice with BC, that worked out too.
Yeah, a little bit of bruising, but we'll be fine.
When you look at film on a team, how much is it based off the last few games and how much is it the overall season?
For UCLA is different because with Chip, there's so many parts to his games. Maybe he doesn't use it, the last two games, but he'll come up in your game. So you have to prepare for all the things that you face when you face like UCLA. There's so many things they do. in this game, obviously they give you maybe 3 or 4 personnel that you have to be prepared for, so it's a little bit easier.
Well, and they've really kind of run a lot more these last 2 games than they had any other game previously. Does that put more emphasis on just what they've done the last few and less?
Yes, most definitely. Yep.
I think when you're looking at the team's the opponent breakdown, you always want to look at the last 4 games, but you got to go back and look at all the stuff because they're going to have tendencies, and then you got to match it up with, what are you on offense and how does their previous opponents match up. So, if you're going through it, you got to look at everything. It's hard to bypass any of that.
They are an air raid team, but it seems like when their running back Watson plays and is healthy, that's like the biggest difference for them. Is that kind of a difficult challenge? I mean,
No.
When you hear air raid, you think pass, but the running back seems to be.
Yeah, they're still running the football, so we're prepared for it. And yeah, they do throw the ball a lot, when they get in their open formations and things like that. So, but they are running the football, maybe because of injuries or whatever the case it might be. I don't know, but you're right. The last 2 games has been, the running game's been showing up more.
You guys were able to generate a pass rush on some key situations at the end of the game. Your overall number of pressures might have been the highest of the season or close to it. Do you feel like the impact of the rotation is starting to show?
There's no doubt, in the beginning of the year, and that's, I mentioned to you guys, I like to play more guys to keep guys fresh, and I think it's starting to show up now in the last couple of games. So we just got to continue to do that.
And what did you make of how Jacob Monica performed this past week and him getting Pac-12 Freshman of the Week?
It's unbelievable. He didn't start, the first 3 games for a guy to be so productive at a young age. The game is never too big for him. So, it's helping playing more and more, So I'm proud of him and continue to make plays for us.
Jimmy Doherty was named to the Broyles Award.
As he should be.
Yeah. What impact has he had this year?
He's been just a fantastic mentor to Jaden, and just transitioning to this style of offense. Jaden hadn't been in under center, I don't think, his whole high school or college career. So just the development of him, Coach Kevin Cummings, basically 3 new receivers as opposed to starting last year. Coach Pow, 2 new tight ends are starting. Coach Scotty Graham, 3 new running backs. Goodness gracious! Just all of our coaching staff has done a fantastic job of developing our guys, in a short amount of time. So it's a testament to them. Just staying on the grind. It's not an easy task. We'd all like to have returning starters, and just roll the ball out there and let's go. But the same thing with the defensive staff. I mean, there's a bunch of new kids playing, got freshmen playing everywhere. Coaching staff has done an awesome job, and I couldn't ask any more of our guys. I know Johnny's guys are kicking butt too. So, but it has to just be about development and keep developing guys. Even though, you look at the last couple of games, it doesn't feel good. We'd like better scores and, better turnouts. But if you let the last performances dictate what happens, you don't get the game that you got. So the guys, to the whole coaching staff, to Jed, just getting through those tough games, the gauntlet of games, and then still being able to, at the end, find a way to win, this past week. And, we got two more teams coming up that are playing their butts off, and, the last one's going to want to try to kill us too. So, it's just a testament to the staff, man. These guys have been awesome.
John, could you speak on that? Could it have been easily for you guys, 5th game of a gauntlet of all these ranked opponents, to be like, all right, man, this has been a little too much? Did you see any of that?
No. Every game is different. Every game to prepare for is different. Our guys never, ever stop believing, So it wasn't a surprise to me the way they played Saturday night, Like I said, credit to the coaching staff and the players that keep fighting, and it finally paid off for them Saturday night. So I'm happy for the kids.
Their defense, a lot of tackles for loss, a lot of sacks. What do they do well in the front that cause problems?
Very aggressive defense, very disciplined scheme. They're trying to do everything they can to stop the run. They're trying to add an extra defender in the box whenever they can, which will lead to that. And the very quick front. not as big as the team we played last week in terms of in the middle. It's a little bit smaller, but they're quicker and they're effective. So we got to hat on a hat and make sure when we get our chance to double team guys and get movement, we got to do that.
You guys blitzed defensive backs a little bit more than we've seen previously. I think PFF had Christian Young rushing 7 times and Zero did once. Does that dollar package enable you to just give you a little bit more like kind of versatility, or can kind of throw some different looks?
Yeah, most definitely. But most of those pressures were coming out of our nickels. Understanding their protection and what they're looking for. That usually they're accounting for linebackers. So we went after with our secondary guys and safeties in the corners, just to loosen it up, and we did a good job with it.
Appreciate you guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.